ready? Let's do a weekend reading, okay? I already did one, so let's try to get one more in. All right. It's Sunday, and I've been out and about. Got some beautiful weather today here in Florida, and I took advantage of it. So I posted a video of some stuff that I saw while I was out today. So if you would like to watch it, check it out on my channel. Shorts or video, okay? I don't have anything. I had a good mellow day overall, so I'm gonna just do another. Should I do another love reading? No, I feel like we just did that. How about advice in relationships? Yeah, let's do that. Advice in relationships. Okay. I don't want every one of my videos to be about love, even though I noticed that in the world of tarot messages, it feels like that's the only thing people want to see, which I'm not a psychic. I'm pretty sure. I am intuitive, yes, but a psychic, no. I'm not going to be able to tell you if you're going to meet your Prince Charming next week. What I would say is probably the best way to do that is to do all the work that you need on yourself so that you're a healthy, whole human individual, whole individual who works through their flaws so that you attract the right kind of people. That's what I would say. Okay, I can give you that guidance. I mean, I can tell you that for sure. Okay, so yeah, my psychic abilities tell me that if you actually heal and get over your traumas so that you don't dump them on somebody else or attract somebody who's exactly like the people who gave you traumas, then you'll meet your right partner or friend group or family members that gravitate towards you that are healthy. Psychic prediction. But we're gonna get relationship advice today, okay? For the collective. Relationship advice. Whatever type of relationship you want to use it for, okay? I got hair in my face. My eyes are very kind of glossy because I was out in the forest, and we have a lot of pollen and allergies in Florida around the clock. We have warm weather around the clock. It was absolutely beautiful today, no humidity whatsoever, but the bluest sky. Oh my gosh, between now and I would say definitely all throughout December. We get a little cold in January or February, probably, not the kind of cold that everybody else experiences, but cold nonetheless, to where I don't find it enjoyable when I'm, because I don't know, it's something about the cold here. I guess it's because we have a lot of moisture. It feels very like bone chilling when it is cold. It's not dry. So, yeah, it's not great when it gets cold here. I feel like it gets really cold. I mean, I've been in the snow and didn't feel half as miserable. I was in Ohio and I saw snow. You guys will laugh at me for the only time in my whole life because I was born and raised in Florida. So other than that, I had to go out of state to see it. And the point of the story is it was not as miserably cold at all. I just put on a coat and, bundled up, and I didn't feel like that chill like here. So different. Anyway, I got an allergy overload today, but it was worth it. It was definitely worth it. I love our parks. I love the state of Florida. I don't love the dead of the summer because, again, it feels like you're in a tropical jungle. So you cannot step outside without being like wet. Like on your skin, your hair is a disaster. You just feel, oh gosh, I guess we can have extremes here too, apparently. But then the rest of the year, it's great, okay? And I'm not going to complain because there's probably people that are already experiencing the cold. I don't know because I don't keep up with the news or weather unless it directly affects my state. Don't mean to sound selfish, but I find the news very depressing, so I don't watch it. Okay. Again, just my opinion. Okay, so we're doing Alice in Wonderland oracles tonight with tarot. Okay. And then instead of doing 2 mushrooms, I'm going to do 2 of the Alice in Wonderland and 1 mushroom advice card, okay? Oh, this is the mushroom we're getting, if you're a mushroom person. I like them all. Okay. You might hear someone talking in the living room, just ignore it. That's what I normally do. Okay, relationship advice. Hope everybody's doing good. My name's Laura, just in case you've never been to the channel before. This is Black and White Heart, Tarot and Adventure. You're going to see tarot, you're going to see adventure around Florida and anywhere else I'm able to adventure in this wide, wild world. Hopefully lots of places, but for right now, you'll see a lot of Florida. In case you've never been here before, this is a good channel to check it out, not only for messages of all sorts, a nice community, hopefully that will grow with nice people, and messages for the greater good of everybody, you know, no matter what whatever. I don't even know if you even if you identify as an alien. Okay, just collectively good messages, right? And adventure. So we have 5 of Wands. That is trouble, arguments, competition, possibly. We have the King of Pentacles, which I think is a pretty stable character. Got his ish together. You could be a male or female. You know there's a male on the card, but I read for both, so somebody's got their stuff together. 8 of Cups. Looks like there's a whole bunch of cups, some spilt, some still upright, and he is looking out towards the moon and the horizon. You know, maybe he's gonna go find a different cup. We'll find out. Still getting to know all the cards, but little by little, you know. The more times I do it, the less I have to look in the book. I kind of like to refer to the book though, because even though I can kind of get what these are saying right now, it gives me more of a in-depth message, and then I can like take and extract from the solid message. And also, if you've never looked at these videos or tarot cards before, you get the whole meaning of them, see? Because that way we can all learn to use these in a positive way, and not and maybe take a little of the, is the word stigma, away from using oracles and tarot messages, which can just be positive. It doesn't have to be dark and this whole spin that everybody puts on it. So you can use them maybe for your own good messages, okay? And then we have the 2 of Wands. 2 of Wands, think that's going to be, I don't know if that's good partnership, possibly. Because swords is communication, wands is like fire, wands is action, swords is a communication, green is pentacles, gold is cups, which are emotions. Learning. I'm learning. Okay, 5 of Wands. I hope you guys are having a good weekend, or had a good weekend. I know, tomorrow back to work, right? Yeah, I know. Well, you know what? You have to do it. You have to do it if you want to be a King of Pentacles, right? Okay, relationship advice. 5 of Wands. The 5 of Wands represents conflicts, differences of opinions, and petty squabbling. That's what I thought. These may not be large problems, and they can be overcome if cooperation is sought. However, petty disorder can easily get out of hand and drain energy away from key issues that need to be resolved. If you get too caught up in petty arguments with people, or your family members or your partners, it can really take a toll on your pinnacle side of life, where you want to have stability in your job and your finances. If your head's all messed up because of this situation right here, all that other stuff gets messed up. Take it from me. If this situation emerges around you, try not to become involved, for if it is handled correctly, the turmoil will just blow over. Don't be tempted to add flames to the fire. Remember, you can learn how not to react unless you react maturely. If you react the same way that they're acting towards you, it's going to go haywire. Don't be tempted to add flames to the fire. If you can play diplomat, you may find yourself quite popular with colleagues at a later date. If you need receptivity, then now is not the time to present your latest great idea to others, as there is a likelihood of power struggles and competition. So it is competition too. Keep it in your drawer for another day when the energy is more conducive. So when things are like relationships, when things are like this, where everybody's fighting and competing and all these things, remember, relationships can mean any type of relationship, not just love. Don't be just as feisty and add to the fire and just burn each other down. Don't also try to even talk right then at that moment. Stay calm, move away, let everything calm down, and then bring your ideas to the table in a calmer state of mind. Because when people are angry, nobody's going to listen anyways. Okay, King of Pentacles. Okay, there we go. King of Pentacles. I knew they separated. I gotta get back to that. Okay, anyway. King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is not afraid of hard work and will see a task through to completion. His patience will often help him in his acquisitions, where the King of Wands would lose interest and pursue another deal. The King of Pentacles will sit it out, knowing that in the end he will get what he wants. So in other words, okay, again, when people are squabbling and stuff, what do? We gracefully part ways. Okay, sit it out like the King of Pentacles till you can put your ideas out there to a calmer audience. Wait it out. Knowing that in the end he will get what he wants. He's usually generous but never stupid with his money. His material possessions are carefully purchased and cared for. He does not waste, nor does he buy hastily. Okay, that means we're careful with our either we're going to be careful with we're not going to be out there spending willy-nilly and just being wild. The King of Pentacles is stable. So either we're going to be stable in relationships or we're going to meet somebody that is. Okay. He's not out there trying to wear chains and, you know, the best clothes and drive the fanciest car to attract low vibrational hoes. He's going to wait for a good catch. He's smart. Doesn't need to do all that. Due to the earth element, these kings are often found in property and or land development, as property and landowners, as financiers, and in accountancy as stockbrokers. They're money men. Money men or women. They're practical. Farmers, builders, tradesmen. Practical, money-conscious, hardworking, salt of the earth types. There, that put it clearly, right? They can be stubborn, blunt, and to the point if the card is reversed. I don't, at some point when we get into doing like different types of spreads, I'm learning the cards first, then I'll probably take like reverse cards. There's like all different ways of reading them, okay? Right now I'm just doing upright, outright, because we're learning the cards, okay? So anyway, good, stable people. 8 of Cups. The word most associated with this card is abandonment. Okay, so the Westfield Cups. The 8 of Cups are behind the figure, which represents the emotional investment given previously. Okay. Just as this card shows, you now turn your back on the situation and walk away. Oh, okay, so this was bad situation. You're looking out to the horizon. I thought so. He's got spilt cups there. He's looking out, and the moon is emotion, so he's looking out for something new. Frequently, it shows abandoning something through disappointment. It must be remembered that the action of walking away from the situation is a choice. Yes, I made that choice many times. It's not easy, but you have to do it. Frequently, this represents something that has held you back for a long time, but due to the amount of emotional investment, you found it difficult to walk away and move on, even though inwardly you may have been aware for some time that you felt disillusioned. Finally, a new path is pursued. Totally. I've run things into the ground on more than one occasion. You know, for so many different reasons. Yeah, you care, you love, your ego, you don't want to give up. Just don't do it. Just don't. Try not to stay too long. Everybody has to learn a lesson. So anyway, after fighting and squabbling, we're becoming the King of Pentacles. We're becoming more stable, okay? We're looking out into the future for new choices and new ventures, all right? 2 of Wands. I think it's partnerships. Having moved forward from the energy and ideas that the Ace brought, the 2 of Wands shows that the initial stages have progressed to get the project off the ground. While the Ace is a wonderful card in theory, it cannot become there's an Ace of Wands too. Let's just leave that part out of it. As with all new ventures, you need to focus on your future plans and put in the required amount of effort to succeed. But the presence of this card shows that potentiality exists. So you definitely have the potential for new partnerships and new stuff, okay? The energy of the 2 may also indicate a partnership, collaborations, and negotiations with others may be significant to your project. So these are worthy of consideration. The 2 of Wands is a positive card that shows you moving in the direction of your goals and ambitions. That's right. Okay, so that's a pretty clear message. got out of squabbling and fighting so we can get stable and meet stable people, go out on new ventures, look towards the future, so we can find new partnerships that are what? Stable, right? Financially, love-wise, anything, any way you want to look at it. Okay, this is what our goal is. Okay? All right, good. That's good, collective. We're doing good. Heal those wounds. You're making it. Our advice is move forward in a stable manner, right? Yes. Okay. Then we had waking up. And the jury box. So, I'm happy about that message. It's good for us. That's right. Good for us, collective. Good energy. Good stuff ahead. We're doing it. Right? We're moving forward. We're letting all those spoiled cups in the back behind us. Wake up. In the story at the end of the Knave of Hearts trial, Alice woke up from a long sleep and found that her journey in Wonderland had been nothing but a dream. She told her sister as many details as she could remember from her amazing adventures. Then she ran off to get some tea, all the while thinking what a wonderful and curious dream it had been. That's what those bad relationships were. Just a bad dream. You have lived many adventures. You may wish to call them a dream or a nightmare. For some moments were fun and some were really tough, but they all made you grow and expanded your spiritual awareness. Your next job is to find out where you want this wake-up call to get you to and which direction you will choose from there. Yes. Key question, what are you waking up? What are you waking up to today? What is your current growing awareness, and what was the wake-up call that led you there? Okay, so we're waking up. I know I am. I mean, I hope that you are. I really do. I've been thinking so much, you know, even the things that I'm going through right now, I understand why they're happening. Not fully, but I can take the pain out of it because I realize maybe it's still some sort of like end cycle karma that's you know I'm paying, or just more lessons. But either way, I know that there's light at the end of the tunnel, and I don't know. I just feel like I'm almost there. I'm not saying that it's nice to go through anything. What I'm saying is where I used to get so worked up and so, you know, we all want to be the victim. Now I can be like, okay, even if, let's just say, and I'm not saying this, but let's just say if my roommate, for instance, was just treating me like utter crap right now, okay, I could be like, oh, they're treating me like crap, which they might be. But then again, I could go, wait a minute, did I do this to somebody at some point, or something else? Maybe not this exact thing, but you know, it's playing out in this way. You know, you just write it out. If this is the last little bit of karma, or debt that you have to pay back for something, even in another lifetime, let it play out. Keep strong. Accept it. Because the people that are treating you badly, or poorly, they're gonna get their karma back too. It's the way it goes. You don't wish it on them, but them treating you that way, they're gonna get it back in some other form. It's a cycle. You're almost there. The card said we're getting there. We are almost to the pinnacles. Keep working hard. Okay. The next one is the jury box. little things. I have got to get some different little holders. I'm always knocking those over. They're so light. 26. In the story, in court during the Knave of Hearts trial, Alice noticed that the jury considered of 12 picturesque creatures, of course, just like they're watching football. Let me start over. There was so many things happening. The people next door were leaving, the dogs barking, they're talking. I'm in like a shoebox this big. I don't think they had any insulation in this building. Anyway, in this story, in court during the Knave of Hearts trial, Alice noticed that the jury consisted of 12 picturesque creatures. Of course, just like everyone else in Wonderland, they all turned out to be half crazy and half stupid, which gave little hope of their ability to judge the knave wisely. Meaning, you are being judged, and this puts you in a very vulnerable position. Yet, there is something that you must never forget. How people see you says more about them than it does about you. I just said this. Or something like it. Judgments are projections and interpretations. They are not the truth. Right now, there is no need for you to worry about someone else's opinion. Leave it for what it is and move on with your life. Yes. Key question, how much do you care about what people think of you and the way they may judge what you do or say? Oh, thank you so much. That's what I'm talking about. Whatever they're doing or saying, treating you, whatever they're calling you, you lack this and you lack that, and you're a problem, you're a bitch, you're a jerk, it's just them projecting what they feel about themselves or their preconceived notions of you that mean absolutely nothing to you. Nothing. Their opinions mean nothing. They don't. Absolutely nothing. The only thing that matters is how you feel about yourself. And that you can recognize if you're doing things that you need to heal or, do it in a nicer way, be more kind, be more understanding, whatever. But what other people think, oh my gosh, once you get to a point where you let that all go, do you know how many people, so many people, even people around me right now at my workplace, because I'm quiet, I keep to myself and I don't really try to get in the mix too much, have some idea that they're like probably more intelligent or better at the job, or it's just that I watch from a distance quietly. I watch everything, and while they're all rah-rawing and look at me, I'm over here on the side looking at the whole picture, or what I like to call the circus, quietly observing. So in reality, who do you really think is going to see more, hear more, know more? Do you think it's the people that are rah-rahing? Or do you think it's the people that are quietly on the outskirts watching it all go on? Joe over there that never says anything, you might think isn't paying attention, but Joe probably knows every single thing that's going on in the building. Just saying. So anyway, mushroom. I accept the things I cannot control. I accept that things I cannot control are out of my control. Right? We cannot control what these people are doing and saying about us, about politics, about the world, about money, about, oh my God, whatever else drama that they want to talk about. We can't control that at all. Don't even try. Don't even try. Just be quiet. people are arguing, listen, I'm working on my temper, because I'm going to tell you right now, I used to just blow it out, okay? Oh, believe me, you say the wrong thing to me on the wrong day and I will crash all the way out, okay? But I'm working on it. And a few times it's happened recently and I didn't. So this is how I know I'm making steps. So I got some severe triggers. I've had a lot of things done to me in my life, and people don't know that from how they perceive me. Okay, let me tell you something, people. Be careful who you're messing with out there. Some of the quietest people can pop off. Just saying. But I'm not telling you I'm going to do that. I have done it. I used to have quite a chip on my shoulder and a mouth. And I still can at times. I have to just reel it back. Because I can. I really can. But this is how we learn. Right? When all the five of swords are out there at war all around you. Go to your room. Shut the door. Try to approach it a little while later. If the swords come back out, go to your room, shut the door, come back tomorrow. You have a lot greater chances of things working out. Alright, well, that was some pretty good relationship advice, I think. Okay. But the good news is we are learning to leave the Five of Swords squabbling in the past, so we can come at it in a more stable way. Okay, so that we can go for our new adventures and prospects and attract the right partnerships. Because we cannot, because we accept that things I cannot control are out of my control. Okay, meditate, pray, talk to your alien friends, whatever you're out there into, okay? Whoever you get your guidance from. It's not for me to judge. I know I don't even know who I get mine from. I just say my guides. I'm not going to pretend to know. I told you I'm not going to even sit up here and pretend to tell you that I know what we're even doing here in this 3D reality right now, but I'm trying to make the best of it. I know I'm trying to make the best of it. I don't want to have gone through all this stuff right here that I've gone through in this playground or classroom, however you want to look at it, and not have done a single thing to try to make the best of it. Not only for myself, but for the collective energy at large, and for whatever realms we're going to next, and for my family, and especially my little young family members. I hope that they come up in a time where people are more knowledgeable about how to treat one another. Okay, so those are my goals, all right, and or purpose at the moment. our paths change, but I never really used to have a purpose before. I just lived day to day drama, unhealed, unchecked, defensive, Five of Swords war, all of it. I had no real mission or goal. And then after I had been through so many wars, I just started to try to make some kind of change and some kind of sense out of it. I can't really tell you how it even, I don't know, just clicked in. Going through the last horrible relationship, even when I entered it, I think I was already going towards the direction of healing. I just didn't really, I mean, I knew I was already getting into spirituality, and then it just kind of took me off my path and got me all distracted for a minute, but not totally. Throughout the whole thing, I was still watching a lot of things about spirituality and way beyond spirituality. I like Regina Meredith. You can find her on Gaia. What's her show? Oh my gosh, I can't think of it right now. You can also look her up on YouTube. I was really into her the whole time, and she is a reporter who basically interviews people about every topic possible. Like, I suggest checking her out. So I was still tuning into that, and tarot messages and reading things, always reading things, and so unlike the other relationships, even though it was like probably, I would say, maybe if not the most toxic, one of the most toxic relationships, this time, even with all that happening, I was actually having like, I don't know, they call it like, there's a thing that they say is like a dark night of the soul, where you start finding yourself and you go through all these stages. Sometimes you feel like you're losing your ever-loving mind, and you're like, it's not fun at all. And this other person just had no clue whatsoever. They were just on their ego trip, trying to screw people and screw people over, screw people, devastate my life as much as possible because they weren't getting their way. Whatever. It's a whole bag of worms over there. The point of the story is they didn't even recognize what I was going through. Called me nutty, called me just anything you can think of. But thank goodness, right? Because that pushed me, that last step where I just loaded up a couple cars full of stuff and just left, just like that. Left all my belongings and everything. Because I knew I wasn't going to live like that. I wasn't going to let that person drag me down to their level of toxic, disgusting behavior, and all the people they were around were just gross whores. Ugh, just ew. Just like weirdos and like sex addicts and drug addicts, and I don't even know how. Even know what all they were doing. I just knew I didn't want no part of it at all. And I got the hell up out of there. Okay. It was not easy. This is going to be wild. But one of the last days, I actually was locked into a walk-in closet for at least 30 minutes with somebody just standing over the top of me screaming at me. I've been through a lot of stuff. But that day I knew it was going to be the last time. So like I said in the beginning of the video, when people are saying whatever they're saying to you, just, you'll get out of there. And it'll be the last time they ever get to abuse you again. I got pretty wild in that relationship too. My recommendation is get out before any of that happens. It takes two people to tango. Okay? The same person who was just talking to me all the time about how much of a piece of crap I was. Really think about this. Okay? Really think about this. That person was making it that hard for me to leave. Just gonna leave it at that. Okay. So, all right, I'm gonna wrap it up because Lady Jane's over here wanting to interrupt. So, have a good weekend, guys. Get out of crazy situations. We're doing good. We're moving ahead, and we're gonna find good partnerships. All right. I'm gonna share personal stuff up here. Hopefully, it doesn't freak you out. But I'm safe. I'm good. I made it. Stronger than ever. Okay. Believe it or not, if you want to know if somebody's been through some mess, it's been me. I've handed it out and I've taken it. All right. This is when we talked about karma. So I'm here today, though, talking to you guys. All right. So, yeah, let me get out of here, this girl. Okay. Love you guys. Have a good weekend and a good week. Okay. Bye.